Chapter 5, The Children's Corner. Fred liked working as a floor manager at NBC, but he didn't think it was quite the right job for him. He dreamed of making music and creating television programs himself, not just managing what other people created. He heard that a new TV station, WQED, was starting up in Pittsburgh. Fred liked the idea of being near his hometown. Even more, he liked the idea that WQED was an educational station. WQED was operated by National Education Television, NET, which became the Public Broadcasting Service, PBS, in 1970. As an educational station, WQED was created to serve many different viewers. There would be room for all kinds of shows, not just the pie-in-the-face kind. Fred's friends thought his plan was crazy. He already had a successful career in New York, and WQED wasn't even on the air yet. But Fred knew what he wanted. He and Joanne left New York for Pittsburgh in the fall of 1953. Fred was one of only 6 people hired at the new station. His job was to put together a schedule of programs. The station manager, Dorothy Daniel, thought some of WQED's programming should be for children. Fred volunteered for the job. This would give him a chance to create a new TV show, just like he'd always wanted. He teamed up with Josie Carey, who also worked at the station, to make an hour-a-day children's programming. Their budget was only $30 per show, so they had to do something cheap. They came up with the idea of a program called The Children's Corner. Josie would sing songs while Fred played the piano. In between, they would show short films. Commercial versus public television. It can be quite expensive to make television shows. In commercial television, advertisers buy small chunks of airtime, during which they put on commercials for their products. The TV station then uses money earned from commercials to create TV programs. Commercial stations air shows that they think will be popular. When more people watch, the station can charge more money for commercials. Public television stations do not air commercials. They make shows with money they get from the government, as well as donations from people and companies. Public television stations don't have to worry about what most popular kinds of shows might be. They often take chances on a wide variety of programs. WQED started its regular programming on April 5, 1954. The night before, Dorothy Daniel threw a party for the staff. Everyone got a small gift. Fred's was a puppet that looked like a tiger. That was a perfect gift for him, since he had loved to play with puppets as a child. He named it Daniel Striped Tiger, after Dorothy Daniel. The puppet gave Fred an idea. Why not use him on the Children's Corner? Part of the show's set was painted to look like a clock, and Fred cut a hole into that clock so Daniel could poke through from behind. Fred used a high, squeaky voice to make Daniel talk to Josie, who was in front of the set. The Striped Tiger was a hit. More puppets and more voices by Fred joined the cast later. Putting on a live TV show kept everyone on their toes. As soon as Fred finished playing the piano for one scene, he had to dash across the stage to perform with the puppets. He started wearing sneakers at work so his footsteps would be quieter. He also kept his hands in his pockets to stop his change from jingling as he ran. Off stage, Fred's family was growing. He and Joanne had their first son, James, in 1959. Their second son, John, was born in 1961. Being a father gave Fred first-hand experience with kids, but he wanted to know even more. He was interested in learning about young children's feelings. He wanted to understand why they thought and acted the way they did. He took classes in child development at the University of Pittsburgh and paid close attention to how children behaved. Fred had also not forgotten about his goal of becoming a minister. He enrolled at Western Theology Seminary in Pittsburgh and took classes during his lunch hour. He finished school there in 1962. By then, Fred had been at WQED for almost 10 years. Then one day, he got an important call. It was from the director of children's programming for a TV station in Canada. The director wanted Fred to move to Canada to create an entirely new show for preschool children. Fred thought it was a great opportunity. He said yes.